Hi everyone. For the tribute speech, I'm going to be talking about my dad, Ron Friesen. He is the person who I've always looked up to, and when people ask me that question, I always think my dad. He's been through crazy things in his life and has remained such a calm, caring person. And he's the person who's made me think the way I do and see the world in the way I do. Um, my dad was originally born in Colorado, but he moved at a young age and moved from Afghanistan to Pakistan to India and several other countries. He was in those countries during um, really dangerous times, and I remember him telling us stories about how his family would have like a curfew in Pakistan because if you were out by a certain time, they would shoot you on sight. And just little things like that, which is crazy to us these days because we don't realize they're happening, but this still happens in other countries. And this was his childhood growing up. He was um, put in a boarding school in India for a couple years, and he had to watch over his sister because they wouldn't see their parents for a year at a time sometimes. And it was just a really growing experience for him because he had to learn how to fend for himself, and that has taught me how to um, be independent and adapt to situations that I don't necessarily want to be in. But he has always remained so calm during conflicts and has never raised his voice, has never showed anger, and always um, tries to settle a situation without needing any extra yelling or anything like that. And his life experiences are just insane, and it makes me really proud to be his daughter. And I wish everyone could meet him because he's a really cool person. But he got his master's in health science at Loma Linda, and he's used that to help other villages in Morocco, for example, and to get them running water and electricity and just teach them health preventative things. So don't drink this water because there are bacteria in it that will make you sick, and little things like that people wouldn't that people in third world countries don't think about because they don't have access to anything better. And so he's always helped people and always looked to put others in front of himself, which is something that I try to do every day because I don't want to put myself before others, and he's really showed that, and I really look up to him for that. And he's just always related everything back to God, and always gives him the glory and never himself, even though like some things you're like, okay, it's okay, you can take that, you can say that was you, or you did that, or you did this, but he's always bringing it back to the Lord and how he's the one who's saved him in certain situations. And it reminds me of um, in Morocco when we lived there, we almost got kicked out of the country. Well, my dad almost got kicked out of the country because missionaries were being sought out, and we were included. And so a lot of our family friends got kicked out of the country, except my dad. He was supposed to leave in 48 hours, but ended up, there was a call to our house the night before he was supposed to leave, and he just the next day told us, he was like, okay, we're okay, we can stay for a little longer. And God gave us 2 years after that. And it's just crazy how you think it's like all, I thought it was all like my dad doing this, like he somehow persuaded them to make us stay, and but in reality it was all God, and he made sure to like give the glory to him and not say that it was him. So I really look up to my dad because he has been through crazy things, and he's always remained such a humble person, and I really strive to be that someday. And yeah,